Hey everyone, this is Book Fair with Opinion here. I am new to YouTube and Booktube and everything, so I am super excited about this. I'm hoping to kind of, I hope I exert that energy through the screen, but um, I love Booktube and YouTube. Um, I absolutely love it. I think that it's a great community and I think it's so enjoyable. If you don't know what Booktube is, it's basically a YouTube community about books, related to books. If somebody can come up with a better definition, please comment down below. I know some people probably be watching this and do not know what I'm talking about because they're my friends or family. Sorry, friends and family, but a lot of you probably haven't watched Booktube very much or at all. So, they're kind of only watching it for me. So, thank you, friends and family. Anyways, um, I just wanted to tell you guys. So, my plan for today is to talk about my video, my channel, and what I'm going to do on here and all that good stuff. I'm planning to do more than just BookTube. I'm planning to talk about music and TV shows and movies and just basically anything I have like crazy opinions about. They're not going to have people banging down my door or whatever. I'm not talking about politics or religion or stuff like that, but more like, you know, my views on music, or my views on movies or TV shows, or my views on books, which I know can get you pounding on my door, but that's different and you know it. Anyways, um, so then I'm going to talk about my Booktube Newbie tag, which I'm going to take the quiz for like 7 to 11 questions that explain what I'm going to do on here, why did I start this channel, and other questions that are super exciting about Booktube. And then I'm going to end it with kind of telling you kind of what I'm going to do next. I have a few ideas for videos, and so um, we'll see what I haven't officially decided what I'm exactly going to do, and we'll see what I come up with at the end. So, the Booktube newbie tag. I'm going to start right now. So, the first question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I love YouTube and Booktube, as I said before. I love the community and everything like that, but I love reading. I love the excitement of reading. I love the creativity of reading and imagination of reading. And I also wanted a place to share my opinions, which I've kind of already went through before. But even more than that, I think that like Goodreads is great and blogging is great, but it's not the same. I feel like, and I started this channel to not only share my ideas and opinions, but have you share yours because I really want to hear what you guys all think and hear what you guys all want from this channel. Please, please, please comment below if any ideas you guys have, any book recommendations, ideas you have of anything you want me to read, or book recommendation ideas for like videos that I should do, specific genres or things. I'm just gonna tell you right now, disclaimer, I have had a reading slump for about 10 years, on and off, and just in like June, I started reading again, but I have read 40 books in the last few months. So I do read quickly, and I do love reading. So just part of the reason why I'm doing this channel is kind of to really make myself read more because if I have you guys wanting me to read, then I will, and you guys want these videos and stuff like that, I can be like, oh, I should read my channel. I should read this book so I can post a video or whatever. So definitely comment and everything to really keep me active and keep me reading. So second question, sorry. What are some fun and unique things you can bring a book to? Well, My beautiful personality, obviously. Just kidding. um, um, no, more like I think that a lot of people say that, we're all individuals and we're all unique people and have our own opinions and everything. And I think that's a big part of what I'm going to bring to it. But I think that I like channels like booktube channels like Clockwork Reader, The Story Ain't Over, Haley in Bookland, Books and Lala, and other ones. And actually, a bunch of them I'm going to just let you know, link down below. So check out the channels if you want to. But I think a lot of them didn't really know what they were doing at first. I don't think really anybody knows what they're doing exactly. If they're doing a blog or a blog. They have some ideas, but they kind of create ideas over time. And there's actually one person I'm actually going to comment their videos down below because who's Clockwork Reader, because I've actually really found that in their first video, I actually watched the first video, and they had a really cool intro and a really cool answer to this question of basically just we're all individuals and everything. But then they came up with some really good ideas later on. So they had actually I also comment this down below. So they have an idea of basically Hogwarts houses recommendations. So if you are Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Gryffindor, so if you are conniving and whatever, I don't know what the other one is for Slytherin. If you are, oh my gosh, I don't know what the words are for that. I am sorry to everyone. I love Harry Potter. I can't think right now. I'm not sure why. So please comment below those answers because I don't remember. I am really sorry today. I'm tired and kind of all over the place. But um yeah, so that's kind of one thing. And I think that hopefully I am the same and I'm going to grow and find some great creative ideas. I already have some ideas. I was thinking about doing a playlist for characters from books, like coming up with different songs that relate to different characters, like Harry Potter or Shadowhunter Chronicles or other great books out there. um, I just want to let you guys know that I am a YA reader. I tend to be a YA reader. I will read adult books and will read a middle grade, but I tend to not really be as much into them as much as YA. But if you guys recommend it, you guys want me to read it, you guys want me to like talk about it or whatever, I will read it. Just be patient. um. So that third question. What are you most excited about for this channel? Talking to all of you. Share my opinions, share my rants, all that kind of stuff. I kind of really want a place that I can just talk about all this stuff with. And I mean that. And that's why I'm doing this. And that's what I'm most excited about. Being part of this community. Talking and being part of all these booktubers that I absolutely love being part of the community that they're in. Basically. That's the reason. 4. Why did you start reading? So a lot of people have different answers to this, but mostly it comes down to either they like the characters and they kind of like has this friend vibe to the characters, or they are escaping into books. And I agree with both of those. I think I also love reading, and so it's not why I started reading, but it's why I love reading. And I love reading because the imagination that goes into reading. Like, you see the author and how much work they put into it. Trust me, I've written I've written stories. It's hard work. And to not only have that hard work, but also give a sense of mystery of so the readers can actually um, imagine the characters themselves and kind of figure out in their head what they think the characters should be and the world should be is so magical and amazing and creative and imaginative. It's just it's so hard to put any other words behind that. It's just so much that I can't even think about. So, I think that's kind of why I love reading, because you can just see how much work they put into it. But also, I love being the reader, because then you are the one that's imagining those characters. Like, there's some books that I've read that I'm like, this character is so wrong in the movie. Like, what is the director thinking? Why did they come up with this character? It doesn't make any sense. Because in my head, I imagine something completely different. Or the world, like, looks different than I thought it was gonna be. You know? But that's the fun thing about it. It's just kind of, that's the fun thing about reading. It's just, it's not all there. Like a movie or a TV show, or like even a play. Like a play, you have some sense of imagination. But movies and TV shows specifically, everything's on the screen. You know, sometimes flashbacks and stuff like that, but not the same. It's like you get the characters, you get the world, like right there on your screen. And it's not the same. It's not as fun as books, especially fictional books. Um, let's see. So, 5. What book or series got you into reading? That is a hard question. Okay, first off, so I am in my mid 20s, just letting you know. I've been reading since, I think, elementary school or early middle school. And I have loved it. I love reading. But it's kind of, my tastes have changed over time. But one thing specifically is that, so I started reading in elementary school. And I liked because of Winn-Dixie. Um, so actually, I'll show you a couple of them. Um, Sorry, I'm over here. Hello. Sorry, my books kind of ran away from me. So, one of the books that I really liked was A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle. It's um, it's hard to explain what this book is about. It's just it's just a book that I think everybody should read. And um, it's, I think it's middle grade, but just really read it, try it out. It is actually a movie, I think, but it's so good. um, uh, this is one of the reviews that I actually am gonna read, because I'm not gonna read the actual description, but I'm gonna read the review. So it says, to read A Wrinkle in Time is to join with millions of people around the world, across generations, across decades, who have done just what you're about to do. Open the door to an act of love, for that is what Miss Langles has gifted us with. An act of love, a pathway through darkness, a quest for belonging, a call to action, a step towards bravery, an embrace of self-discovery, and an ode to those who are stronger than they know. This is by Ava DuVernay, which is the director of A Wrinkle in Time, who is, I think they did a movie, I think this last couple of years. And so, read it. Hopefully you like it. Just read it. Read it before you watch the movie. It's worth it. Trust me. But beyond that, I also love some other books, and one of them, this is actually a book that I still love today. And that's just one of the few books that I love the movie as much as the book. And most people can't say that, but I love the movie as much as the book. I do. And it's Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. If you can see it, it's like hard to match the camera. There you go. Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. And this is actually the book that actually has, based on the movie that came out, back in, like, I think it was like 2005 or something, maybe 2007 or maybe 8. I don't remember exactly when, but it's basically about a girl named Maggie and her father. Her father ends up reading a book out loud, and the people and the characters and the world that's coming out of the book. And it's going on a big adventure to kind of figure out, to kind of like get it all back together, because there's a really crazy villain within the book that they don't want to do horrible stuff to the world. So they have to go on this adventure to find them. And Maggie she finds out that she's one of the few people that she can actually write in the book to recreate it so that it doesn't happen. So she has this power that she doesn't know about. Kind of a fantasy, kind of other things. It's really good. And this one says, this is Inkheart, a timeless tale about books, about imagination, about life. Dare to read it out loud. So, if you like any of that, read it, enjoy it. I loved this book as a little kid. I love this book now. I have, I think this book is magical. Actually, it's part of a series, and there is two other books in the series. It's Inkheart. I want to say Ink Death and Ink Spell, and I think Ink Death. Yeah, Inkheart, Ink Spell, Ink Death, I think. And so hopefully you like it. Hopefully you enjoy it. This is the only book that actually has a movie based on it, but the other ones don't. But they're also part of a series. So read this, enjoy it, hopefully. Yeah. But the book that really got me into it and kept me into it, and I still talk about today, and I've loved reading ever since, is Stormbreaker by Anthony Horowitz. It's the first book in the Alex Rider series. Super great. I love this book. It's basically about a boy named Alex Rider who has I think he lived with his uncle for a long time. I don't know the exact reason, but his uncle ends up dying, and he is told that his uncle died in a car accident. But Alfred doesn't believe it because there's bullet holes within the windshield. Who would believe that your uncle died in a car accident if a bullet in the windshield? I mean, seriously. But he ends up finding out that there's some hard truth that you don't know about. The uncle is an MI6. So he's recruited to find out who his uncle's killer is and to get them back. So it's super exciting. I love this book. It's a spy thriller. It's super fun, super action packed. Just really enjoyed it. There's a movie and a TV show based on it. The TV show I've actually found out recently. I don't know when it was from, if it was from, but I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to watch this. But anyways, there is about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think there's like 12. I want to say 12 books within the series. Now, which I know is a crazy amount. I only have 7 of them. I only have up to Stormbreaker, Point Blank, Skeleton Key, Eagle Strike, Scorpia, Archangel, I think. I think that's all I have. Or maybe I have more. I don't know. I don't remember how many I have on here. But, yeah. I think I have those 6. And then I have, one more. I don't remember which one it was. But, yeah. I love this book. So definitely read it if you want to read a spy thriller or anything like that. The main character is great. I love the action packed. People might not like it because I don't know, it's just kind of not as well known anymore. I feel like it was first written in 2000 actually, and it came out like basically every book came out a year later. So it kind of went up to like 2012, and then it kind of stopped. I think I'm pretty sure. So it's like never on Booktube. So definitely check it out if you want to read something like that and see if you like it. The second part of this question, this answer to this question, is that I have been, like I said before, I've been at a 10-year reading slump on and off. And so I kind of want to mention that book too. That got me out of that reading slump since it was such a long time of being on and off reading slump. And so what really got me like officially out of it, and I just like, now I love reading and I'm doing a booktube channel and all this kind of stuff. And that is it was actually originally by, I just want to kind of quote her because her video was amazing, and I want to link the video down below and link her channel down below, which is The Story Ain't Over. And it was like, I think her video on either fast-paced reads or favorite reads or something like that, and it's Warcross by Marie Lu, which if you follow BookTube a lot, you might know who I'm talking about. It is The Story Ain't Over. Anyways, basically this book, don't you love the cover? It's like white background with the colorful cover. It's beautiful, and I love this book. Anyways, sorry. I love the design of this book. It's so pretty. But it's basically a sci-fi book, I would say. A sci-fi sort of dystopian. It's an alternate world where everybody's obsessed with this game, a virtual game, which is called Warcross. And basically what happens is so there's like, the game itself is kind of like Capture the Flag, except better. Trust me. It's like a virtual reality video game plus Capture the Flag, which makes it so much cooler, in my opinion. And it feels like action packed and great. It's so great. But the summary of the book is basically there's a character named Amika Chen who is a bounty hunter. Because in this world, the police have so much crime, they need to have help to find their criminals, so they, do bounty hunts. And she's a bounty hunter. And she ends up going back from a hunt one day and ends up accidentally hacking into the championships game. And I didn't I found out. She leaves, and then she ends up getting a call from the creator of Warcross and the virtual reality glasses called the Neuralink, which are basically exactly like glasses like these. They're not like huge goggles that we have here today, but yeah. So she ends up going, and she ends up talking to him, and he ends up asking if she can fly to Tokyo, which is where the Warcross championships are. And she ends up going, and he ends up asking her to go into the championship game, and be part of one of the teams to find a hacker that went into the game and is trying to destroy the game. It is really good, really excellent. It's actually part of a duology now. This is the first book. There's another book called Wildcard, which I'm going to show you in a second. And I love this book. But I'll show you the second book. Sorry, I am not organized right now. Okay, so this is the second book. So it's this book and then this book. And they're part of a duology. And I love this book. I really do. But I actually, I'm going to talk about this later, but I'm going to do a review of all these books, and eventually I'm going to do a spoiler group rant thing, because this series is very powerful, and I love the second book more than the first book, but I'm not going to tell you the reason why, because these spoilers, but this book is great, and it took me like a day to read about, and then actually a day to read, and then like this was like this book. I read a couple books beforehand before I read the second book, but then I got this book and I was just like, I love this book too. So read both. Trust me, absolutely. Yeah, great found family vibe, great little romance, other things too. It was great. So definitely recommended. So there we go. The sixth question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? So I guess I have a bunch of favorite booktubers, but one of my favorites is The Story Ain't Over. Well, actually, my favorites are The Story Ain't Over, Haley and Bookland, Clockwork Reader, Peruse Project, and Books and Lala. I would say those are my five favorites. I would say, um, not only because they understand what I like, but they also kind of understand me, and I really like how they go about things and everything. So I think that's my favorite part about it. So these, I think questions I would ask in general, type questions I could ask specific individuals, but specifically just in general, like everybody, I would ask like, why Booktube? There's so many forums, like I said, there's Goodreads, there's blogs, there's other things. I said before, like the reason why I do Booktube, but why Booktube? Like you could do any other kinds of, like you can, a lot of people answer the first question, as I love reading, or I like, I don't really have people I can talk to about reading, but why Booktube? You know? And the second thing would be, what is your favorite thing about booktubing? People say it, some people say like recommendations, say like other things. But what is your favorite thing, and also what was your most creative idea that you came up with for booktubing? So any of those booktubers or any of the booktubers, comment below if you have any answers to those questions. Be awesome to hear about. So, 7. What question? Oh, sorry. What challenges starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I have multiple. Answers to this question. So one thing I think would be really hard for me to overcome. I don't really care about fame. I don't really care about subscribers, really comments or anything like that. It'd be hard to, if I get none or if I get a bunch of negative ones, be hard to overcome that and to like kind of be like, well, that's their opinion, or okay, I got no views today. I'll have to move on and be like, okay, well, I have to promote myself a little more, or other things. But also realize at the end of the day that I love this idea, and you know what, this is for me and not necessarily for everyone else, So maybe one of the hardest things. Second hardest thing. As I said before, I told you guys at the beginning that I would like you guys to all kind of keep me reading, because this last year I've done a bunch of projects, because weirdly I got the pandemic happening and then I got a bunch of creativity. So I did a bunch of writing, I did some card making, some other things, and so I think that this will be another thing I'm gonna do, but I keep having slumps for all of them. And so I think that it'd be hard to overcome, to like make sure that I keep on schedule. And I think that'll be a big part of, the same thing for the reading thing, is to kind of, is for me to just make sure that I keep on schedule and keep on going and everything like that. And also to ask you guys to like comment if you guys haven't seen a video in a while, or comment if you guys want me to do anything specifically. So I will do those videos as soon as possible. The other thing is December 14th, 2020. I got a whole bunch of dental work done. I got 19 teeth taken out. I know, a lot of teeth. And just recently I've been working on partials, which are like partial denture things. And so I'm feeling kind of subconscious. I mean, I'm kind of self-conscious about my face area, especially mouth area. So I don't really open my mouth very much right now. And I kind of like do this kind of thing and stuff like that, which might be bad for YouTube, but I still want to do this. The problem is, it's gonna be a hard thing to overcome and kind of be like, okay, well, you know, you guys know now. And so, some other unique things about me are, some other things that I gonna be having a hard time with, but just keep playing with me, keep talking with me, all that kind of stuff. So I will keep going. So that's the end of the questions. Now, what hopefully you'll be excited about for other videos will be coming up, which will be one of them is going to be actually more book stuff, which is going to be actually the 7 books that got me out of a reading slump. So I did my first book, but in the 6 books after that I read. I read 40 books within a couple months, which I said before, but I think it's amazing. I think it's super cool. But I just want to kind of go over some 6 books that I read and kind of start there. And then I have a couple ideas coming soon. One video that's going to be about YA contemporary books, specifically romance books that have underlying themes that are kind of exciting, like body positivity and other things. Be very cool. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going to happen. So, have a good day. I hope that you liked it so far. If you did, please subscribe and like and all that stuff. And enjoy. Enjoy your day. From Book Fairy with Opinion. Bye.